everybody, Max Scoville here with Stella Chung. We are at Gamescom 2023, and we just got a chance to go hands-on with one of this fall's most promising-looking sequels, which is Ghostrunner 2. Stella, what'd you think?
It's so awesome! I felt really bad because when we were in the room playing, I was the loudest person there, just like screaming and everything. It is so fun, guys. Like, I played the first game. This does everything the first game did, but way better.
Yeah, we talked to the devs a bit about it, and they said that this is more of an evolution than a revolution, which is frequently the case with, second video games, and they've definitely done a lot to sort of just keep things familiar, but also adding on a lot of new mechanics. And one thing they added that might seem like they're trying to make it easier actually adds a lot of variety, which is the ability to block, which of course also has a parry system to go with it. And this is by no means a Souls-like game, but this does add like a little pinch of Souls-like type combat to it. What did you like about that? Did that work for you?
Oh my god, yeah, I loved it. So it grants you a lot of precision with being able to parry it. You get a perfect parry and you're rewarded with an insta-kill, right? Which is great, especially for those heavier enemies that take a few hits to go down. So it really rewards you for being as precise as you can be. Of course, you can just block, which is great, but you only get a few shots before you're killed, right? And you have to start all the way over at the beginning. So I do love that you're rewarded for being so good with the parry button. Love it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like the first one was very much, it had some like Hotline Miami to it.
Yeah.
Like it was very much about like trial and error. You're trying to find that sort of that perfect flow, and this still has that, but it kind of gives you different options to how you want to approach something. And they've I feel like made the arenas larger to sort of reflect that. Inevitably they have got some new enemies in there. I asked if there were any sort of major changes to Jack, the main character, in terms of how he controls or moves. And the developer told me that like they mostly kept him the same, or it should feel the same to people who are familiar with playing, but enemies will now kind of react differently. Like enemies there's been some fine tuning to sort of how they approach you, which should add some fun challenge there. He'll have new abilities, like new skills on top of the ability to block and stuff. And it sounds like you're really going to be able to kind of really customize your loadout to a certain degree and approach situations, shake things up a little bit. The other big thing they added is, of course, the motorbike, which is just dripping with wonderful cyberpunk DNA. It's got some like straight up on the nose Akira references. Like when it's first revealed, Jack just rips the the tarp off it like Kaneda. There's a little Akira slide at the end there. Very good. I also love that the entire sort of dynamic of the whole thing has a bit of Judge Dredd to it. Like you're kind of escaping the big, Mega City 1 tower,
yes,
and you're gonna be going out in the outskirts. They said there's gonna be like sandbox areas where you're just like jetting around on your bike and you'll be able to hop off it, fight a bunch of guys, do some stuff like that. But the segment of bike stuff we got to mess with, which was really more you because I kind of tapped out early, but it almost felt like a shmup.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so good, like it's so cool, but it definitely makes you, my hands were so sweaty by the end of it because I was just like, oh my god, I have to not block, I have to not hit this, not hit that. And then at the same time, you have to press down the accelerate button, but also there's a boost button, which you have to use frequently. It's not like Mario Kart where like you can only use it
Yeah. No, I mean, it's an interesting approach because I feel like in racing games, like a boost it's a luxury. It's something you have a finite amount of. In this case, it's more of a necessity, but you're going so fast that it'll basically, it can be detrimental if you let off of it. And the thing you're doing is you're chasing after like another Ghostrunner, an evil Ghostrunner, and it almost felt like in an open world game, like a chase sequence where you have to keep a certain distance to them, and there's a little bar at the top of the screen that basically the more you slow down, the faster that shrinks. And the idea is you want to kind of just hold down that boost and keep within range of that other person. But of course, speed kills. So we wound up going down this whole sort of tunnel, which was just like basically a murderous water slide.
I know, you know what? I was telling you that this game looks beautiful, and so much about this game is speed, being able to do things so precisely, so quickly, and it sucks because the world is beautiful, and it's still in Unreal 4, which was unbelievable. It's gorgeous, and I'm just like, let me slow down and experience this, but you can't because it's go, go, go.
No, this is not a game about stopping and smelling the roses. But it's really cool to see the developers took what made the first game special and are just expanding on it and really growing on it. And, I'm excited to see how people respond to it. And the nice thing about it is, even if you suck, it's really fun to watch other people play it. And I think speedrunners are going to have a blast with this. That is out October 26th on, I think, old gen, new gen, and PC, something like that. We're dying to see more of it, but of course there are plenty of other games right here at Gamescom. We're going to check some of those out too.